Hello! Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are we doing this evening? We were just dodging tornadoes, so, No, I actually
Again,
don't think there was any tornadoes.
no, it wasn't tornado, but it was winds that they said, can knock over trees and stuff like that. Tonight, it'll be tornadoes. I don't know though. Let's just assume
Yeah. As long as another one doesn't hit the studio, we're fine.
yeah, in the old days, whenever I heard tornado warning, I'm like, "Ooh, let's go outside and look," because it never hits us, and now it's hitting us. So I'm a little bit more cautious about it. I mean, I still go outside, but I
It's
might
the
go to the
Midwest
basement
thing to
afterwards.
do.
Yeah,
Anyway, hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Chatting with Doug, who's right here. Yay! This is the segment where you get to ask Doug all the questions that you've always wanted the answers to. And I see we already have a hype train going on over on Twitch, and the questions are coming in over on YouTube. So let's get to it. Or let's get to the rules. Let's review the rules, before we get to it and get started here. First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages and the super chats, since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted messages over on Twitch or regular chat questions over on YouTube, but please save those for the end of stream, because you should not repeat yourself over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to do it continuously. On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We have a large volume of questions, so this is just a way for us to be able to prioritize and still be able to get to those non-paid questions, because I promise you, we are trying our best to get to that. If it is less than $5, if we have time at the end of stream, I'll go back and read it, but we cannot guarantee that we will get to it. There is no need to repeat your bit messages or super chats. I have a list. It's very rare that we actually miss them. I do know that every now and then the software does glitch and we miss one or two. And in that case, let us know that we missed it. But it's very rare that we do miss it. Sometimes we can get up to 45 minutes to an hour behind. Just have some patience. We will most likely get to it. Please watch the length. Oh, let me punch the microphone, apparently. Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, the more likely it is that we're going to lose the point. We don't have time to go back and try to figure out what you were trying to say. Along those same lines, please, if you must break up your message into multiple parts, keep it to 3. Absolute max. Again, we don't have time to figure out how part 10 related to part 3 and where you're going with all of this. So 3 seems to be the sweet spot for us here. Also, please keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat. We've got over 100 people watching in our combined chats over here, and it's not fair if you get to ask 5 in one and other people haven't even had a chance to ask 1. It's also an easy way for one of your questions to get missed, and we don't have time to go back and deeply answer all 5 of those questions you've asked in 1 bit message. Please, no spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see everything that's out there. There's so much media. It keeps coming out, and I'm so far behind.
me too, man. I'm still exactly where I was with Spider Noir, man. I haven't gotten any further.
Yeah, me too. I haven't even started Spider Noir. We're like 2 episodes in on Daredevil. I haven't watched Vox Machina yet. It's just, it doesn't stop.
It's too much.
It's too much. So no spoilers. Okay. Otherwise, I think that's it. I think I got
No
it all.
swearing to me.
No swearing. Yes, Doug, no swearing. Duh.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
Otherwise, I think we got it. Great. Fantastic. Let's do it. Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. The new Cat in the Hat trailer just dropped. As Tina Belcher once said, "Here's my wow needle. It's on 1."
Yes, but it's out of 2. No, I mean, I guess we can all say, well, at least it's not the Mike Myers one. That's the bar, I guess. Yeah, brother, it just did nothing. The animation quality, I'm really surprised in terms of how that looks. I really thought from the teaser, like, well, okay, they're gonna clean it up some more. You know what I mean? Like that can't be the final look, but it is. And with something like the second Puss in Boots, they changed the quality, but they simplified it, but they
Dang!
worked within the limitations. They made it very stylized. They really, really, uh, did something cool with it. But yeah, that one, I ain't seeing it. I just ain't seeing how it's supposed to work. So I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be stellar, but I don't think it's going to be stellar.
Jimmy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just watched Spirited Away last night and still don't know how to feel about it. It feels like a movie I want to study and understand than one I enjoy.
Interesting. Boy, I'm almost the opposite in that I get the feeling if I kind of break down a lot of the stuff in the movie in terms of like what happens in it and why certain things happen, because I know there's some things that connect to like a little bit of the Japanese culture, like this thing where you chop the fingers in half, like that's some sort of like kid game and stuff like that. So I know there's some stuff like that, but I just sort of give myself to the bizarreness and the whimsy of it, and that's kind of what I like about it, is that I don't have to think that hard about it, but it still is so artistically pleasing and amazing, and I still like the characters, and I like not knowing where it's gonna go and just how bizarre it'll be. So yeah, I don't know. That's the way I enjoy it. I'm not saying, you have to watch it through that point of view, but maybe they'll help. I don't know.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. In the
Dang!
Breakfast Club, what do you think of Carl the janitor and Principal Vernon? Also, favorite scene?
I mean, the principal's great. I'm sure if I saw it as a kid, I'd be like, "Boo, I hate him." And now he's like my favorite character that I'm an adult. I don't, I only saw the movie once, and I saw it probably way too late. Wait, when did I see it? I can't remember if I was like a senior in high school or just started college, something like that. But I get the feeling I would have liked it more if I was just a little younger than the characters. Kind of like what Boy Meets World does, where I feel like a lot of the people who watch are just a little younger than the characters. That's not to say it's a bad movie. It's just that the way they talk, the way the dialogue is written, is how an adult would look back on teen years, not how a teen would look at in that moment. So my memory of it isn't that strong. Like I said, I don't even remember the janitor character. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting film, and it's interesting to see more and more people come around to that mindset as well. Not that it's necessarily bad, because what they're talking about is very true. It's just the way they're talking about it is very strange, and I don't know. Maybe there's a different way to look at it with that mindset. If you really do look at like an adult thinking back to those days, maybe there's something to it, but nothing in the movie indicates that outside of the dialogue. So yeah, sorry, that was a very long rambly way of saying I don't remember the janitor character, and my favorite scene is when he falls through the ceiling.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact, speed. When Jeff Daniels got the first draft, he died at the beginning in the elevator shaft. He told his agent, "You know the career's in trouble, but it's not in that much trouble. I'm gonna pass." His agent then called him back saying, "Wait, there's another draft coming. You die later." And that was enough for Daniels to go, "I'm in."
There's a great scene in I think it was Mad Magazine where you see, Keanu Reeves is on the phone with Jeff Daniels' character, and he says, I got good news and bad news. The good news is I can see where the bus is from up here, and you're heading towards an airport. You can go in there and you can ride around in circles, buy some time. It's like, oh, that's great. What's the bad news? I mean, you must be pretty safe in the chopper. And he's got a little halo and wings and a harp. And he says, well, that's the bad news. that always got a really, really good laugh out of me.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you going to see Disclosure Day?
Yeah, probably tomorrow. Yeah, and then I'm gonna review with Brad Friday, because I think he can only see it Friday night. So, but yeah, I'll probably get my video out before then. It's getting good buzz. It sure didn't look like much to me, but I'm hoping to be proven wrong. I'm hoping that it is good. I'm always rooting for Spielberg to give get a good movie out there.
Jimmy Vance, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which Star Wars character has the coolest design, and why is it obviously Darth Maul? No, seriously, he's the best. Not even close.
Boy, I disagree. I honestly, There are a lot of fun design. I like Jabba's design. I really do like Darth Vader. There's something like kind of samurai-ish about it almost, but there's also the way the mask is designed, it's intimidating, but it doesn't, aside from, the all black color, it doesn't necessarily look like it's trying to be intimidating. If you just look at the initial design, it's not welcoming, but I wouldn't say, like, if you paint it all, I don't know, red or yellow or something like that, like, it wouldn't be something that screams villain necessarily. It'd be something that screams like blank expression, like you're not supposed to know what the person is thinking. And I thought that was really, really effective. I'm sure there's like other bear designs in Star Wars, but those are the two that are jumping out to me.
Movie Lover, thank you for the 500 bits. If there was a crossover between Sesame Street and Dr. Seuss, would you want to see Oscar the Grouch interact with the Grinch?
Yeah, how have they not done that yet? That's actually like a really good idea. Yeah, yeah. Why don't they do that instead of this Cat in the Hat movie? Just do that crossover.
Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. How would you rank the films directed by Lord and Miller? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, 21 and 22 Jump Street, The Lego Movie, and Project Hail Mary.
Lego Movie, Project Hail Mary. Let's see. Was there one Clyde Chance and I had 21 Jump Street? The 21 Jump Street movies, and then Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs.
I know.
And that's descending down. The best being Lego Movie.
I know a guy. Thank you for the 28-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I'm going to be honest. I feel like Cat in the Hat won't be as bad as you think. I liked the trailer, but no matter what, it'll still be better than the Mike Myers film.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's going to do. Is guaranteed at least 1 star from everybody, and that'll be just because it's not the Mike Myers movie.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heard your ex is in Minecraft too, which is cool. Haven't seen her much recently.
Is Kirsten Dunst in Minecraft too?
I actually do not know.
I had a girlfriend who looked like Kirsten Dunst. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Minecraft 2, because that's the only connection I can think of. Is there really nothing IMDb called Minecraft 2? Hold on. Minecraft movie Square. There we go. Yep, Kirsten Dunst. Okay, that's gotta be what they're talking about. Cool. I'll tell her you said hi.
Tyranno Dokuro, thank you for the 500 bits. Regarding your digital circus review, the show's visuals and vibe are actually not based on Nintendo 64, but more pre-rendered CGI from Windows 95 and 98 programs, especially educational ones. It's one of the reasons I love the show. It's an aesthetic I unironically love.
I don't know, Yogi. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true also. But I feel like there's even a moment in that big song sequence in the second to last episode, I guess, where it looks like he's in the N64. Like, yeah, it looks like he's in Mario 64, and it just fits perfectly. It looks exactly like that aesthetic. I don't know. I mean, again, that's not like the number one reason why I was like, I'm not interested. But, it was one of those where I was like, I did kind of turn away when I saw that, but I'm sure that's a part of it too. But yeah, I got strong 64 vibes when I saw it.
Noff Noff, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, Doug, Heather, and everyone who I hope survived the storm an hour ago. Indeed, we did.
Yeah,
we're here. We have power.
For
Everything's
now.
great. For now, right? JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Have not yet watched your review of Open Season, but I will after the stream. Have you ever seen Batman Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, it's not my thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just I don't know. There's a weird that I like with Batman. There's even a variety of weird that I like, and that's just not my kind of weird I get into. But I acknowledge the creativity. I definitely like what it's paying homage to. But yeah, it just never quite grabbed me. So yeah, I seen like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and after that, I'm like, I don't think I'm getting into this.
Levi Bennett, thank you for the 17-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, Open Season was Sony Animation's first film. Did you know that? Also, any plans to review their second or third, the one with penguins, Surfs Up?
For a second, I thought you were talking about like Open Season 2 or 3. I'm like, well, I know there was a 2, there's a 3. Oh my god! It's like, oh, you're talking about Sony's other
I
movies.
was frozen
I think I have
today.
Surfs Up on the list. At some point, I'll probably check it out. And no, I didn't. I don't think I knew it was their first anime movie. That's interesting.
Alexander L. Wood, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling? It has a great against type performance from Albert Brooks.
Yeah, it is, and he does really well. It's. I remember really liking it. I remember like a handful of really, really memorable scenes. But if you were to ask me what the plot of it was, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you sort of the archetypes that people played, but I don't think I could tell you the plot. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because I still remember it being good, but it's not a film I went back and watched a lot. But I know there's a lot of people that really, really get into it.
Also, chat would like you to know there is an open season 3 and a 4 and a TV show for some reason.
I did hear there was a TV show. I thought it stopped at 2, so shows what I know.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $5 super chat. Speaking of Minecraft 2, I think in one review you said Matt Berry would be better than Jack Black. Well, now playing a character dressed like Steve.
Yeah, we'll see. Because man, even that short bit they had of him just doing that voice in the movie, it still wasn't getting that big a laugh. And that's Matt Berry's voice. He has just an infectiously funny voice. So hopefully, him being on camera will help that more. But it is still Minecraft 2, so we'll see.
Lunatic Saga, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your favorite James Bond movie and opening title sequence?
Oh man, what was my favorite one? One of the Timothy Dalton ones, which I know sounds odd, but I actually really did get into that. I thought that was a pretty good mix of like sort of the campy Bond, but very much more like what you usually see in the book as well. That he is kind of a vengeful, angry guy. Like what Daniel Craig eventually became. Or yeah, what they do with Daniel Craig eventually. So one of those, and then my favorite opening. I really like the opening of GoldenEye. I think because it was very creative and they were combining CG still with stuff that was actually there, and some of those designs were just so out there. And I love that song too. I think that song is very underrated. So yeah, I really like that one.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the 1944 noir film Laura?
I don't think so. 1944 was that
Yes, 1944.
it?
Laura.
Yes, my own computer. I'm not a robot. Why are we really doing this? My own computer? How many more crosswalks do I have to? You know what? I'll trust you. I haven't seen it.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Hidalgo 2004? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, it, it didn't interest me. Obviously I like Viggo Mortensen. It looked like his attempt after Lord of the Rings of doing like, a big crowd pleaser, whatever. And I don't know. Every time I saw a clip from it, just looked like it just looked like not that he wasn't trying, but I'm doing the thing. Like every shot looked like I'm doing this because my agent told me to do it, kind of thing. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's really good, but it looked a little too corny to me, especially for a based on a true story setup. But I could be wrong. I heard people say it's all right. So no, I never did check it out though.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 51-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Hey, Doug, I was thinking, when are we getting our Transformers 1 review? Because I really liked it, and you can make jokes saying, see, Anakin, that's how a turn to evil works, or something like that.
I think we were talking about whenever we do the next theme month, we're gonna have that be one of the ones that like people vote on. It's like maybe a Transformers month. Now, you probably know there's a lot more movies than there are days in March, so we were talking about like maybe just kind of combining all the bad movies in one video because they're all kind of the same at some point. It's just the same thing over and over, so it actually would be pretty easy to do. But yeah, we were talking about maybe doing Transformers one then.
Alexander Elwood, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you finished the newest season of Bob's Burgers? And if so, what do you think of the finale where the kids try to remove dead fish from the beach?
Wow, I really am behind. I like the season already ran. Oh my god. Uh, I guess I haven't. I thought it just started. Yeah, I'm really behind. Like I said, I'm catching up on like Spider Noir. We just started the studio, which I really love. It's really good. We finished up Pluribus. We're almost done with Widow's Bay. There's like all these. You know what it is? We just started a new streaming. Uh, you know, what do you call it? Service. I was gonna say channel. That's not right. So yeah, I think that just threw even more in our lap.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heather, last fall you said that Lucas showed you Aliens. What'd you think of it? Oh, it's great. It's a fantastic. It is really fun, interesting to see the switch from Alien to Aliens in terms of like, horror suspense to like pure action like Alien. But I mean, Aliens was still really good. They're both very good movies for very different reasons, but I really enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah, and they still connect. They don't
They
feel
do.
like, oh, this is just a totally different universe now. No, it still feels like it's in the same world.
For sure. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. How is Buzz Lightyear going?
Good. Yeah, I'm not sure how far I am. I have like I think I'm like halfway through it, so I'm pretty sure I started season two. And like I said, maybe like halfway through that. And kind of like Impossible, I feel like the first season started off like it's fine, it's for kids, but it's fine. It's got a little bit of a fun bite to it with the voice actors and stuff. And then in season two, you feel like they could have more fun with the writing and throw in more jokes that like older kids and some adults would really like. Anything with Zurg. Zurg is just Wayne Knight as Zurg is just like my absolute favorite. He's just so great in that role. So yeah, having a good time.
Zinner Noah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, have you seen the Michael Jackson biopic yet? Jafar Jackson channeled his uncle flawlessly.
That's what I hear. I still haven't seen it. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to see it on the big screen. I really wanted to, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But the nice thing is because TVs are so big and sound systems are so good. Like if I really want to experience it like on the big screen, I could just sit really close to my TV. So maybe it won't be that bad.
The last one, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hey Doug, I was wondering what you believe is the most overrated film series. For me, it's the original X-Men movies, which to this day I do not understand the praise for. First Class, Days of Future Past, and Logan being exceptions.
Uh I semi agree. When I did my review, I was talking about how I did have that mindset, particularly with the first one, but understanding the time it came out and the budget and that they didn't all really know what to do with it. It turned out better than other movies of that type that came out around that time. So, I cut a little leeway. But yeah, the Avatar movies, I just don't get into them at all.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you watch the last two episodes of this season's Bob's Burgers and or new Rick and Morty, and if so, thoughts?
No, I didn't even know, like, I thought new season just started. I didn't know it wrapped up. Like, I am so behind on this. So, yeah, I really gotta get on that.
Clemmer, thank you for the 63-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hey, Doug, have you seen Spider Noir yet? I don't know if anyone else watches it this way, but I play the daytime scenes in color and the nighttime scenes in black and white. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. I like that. Well, and that's such a cool idea that you can go back and forth while watching. I think that's so clever. But I've seen the first episode. I've seen a little bit of the second one. I want to watch more, but I was out of town for a convention. I'm catching up on work and stuff like that, so I'm doing my best. But yeah, I still got a lot to catch up on. But from what I saw, I loved it. I especially like it put a lot of time into the actual noir part of it. I really thought, oh, okay, there'll be some loose mystery, whatever, but it's mostly gonna be him swinging around, shooting web and stuff like that. But no, it's mostly the detective stuff, and that was really cool to see.
AJ's dad, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just started Death Becomes Her the other night. So far, so good.
That's like the one David kept script that I can think of where I'm just like, that was great. Like just from a script writing level, I'm like, no, this is great. It's funny, it's dark, it's twisted, it's weird, it's fun. It allows all the actors to play against type in a really enjoyable way. It's not something where you feel like, oh, well, Spielberg saved that or the director helped with that or whatever. Like it really feels like the material was there. Like that's like a really, really good, strong script. So yeah, it in my opinion, it just gets better and better as it keeps going.
Samantha Fusco, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you hear about Final Fantasy VII Part 3 Revelation announcement trailer? You better finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before that comes out.
I'll do my best. Well, I hope you mean before the game comes out.
Yes, before
Before
the
the
game comes out.
trailer. I mean, I've avoided almost every other big spoiler on that game. So, or maybe I have. It's one of those things where I keep saying, I don't know the big surprise. I just know, and I'll name this image, and everyone's like, well, then you kind of know.
Yeah.
So maybe I know, but that doesn't seem like a spoiler. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. When I get to it, I'm sure there'll be the big, oh, okay, and I'll probably be let down by it. But I'm so into everything else, I don't know if it'll make that big a deal.
Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, I'm sorry you were forced to see Mid-Jitol Circus against your will instead of Masters of the Universe or Scary Movie 6. I saw Scary Movie 6 and it was hilarious. Scary Movie NC?
Boy, that you're the first one I've met that said that. Everyone else I've known has either said, nah, it's not very good, or like, it was just neat to see a scary movie again, kind of thing. So I'll probably do a Disney December on it, but I don't know if I'll do it this year or wait until I get, whatever, wait 3 or 4 years, because I was doing them in order, but now that one just came out, I feel like people probably want to know my thoughts on it, so I might do it out of order. And I guess I don't feel too bad about not seeing Masters of the Universe because nobody else did either.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $5 super chat. Say, will you see Missing Link before Wildwood comes out?
I probably should. That is the one like a movie I haven't seen. I just so don't want to. Every single time I've seen a trailer for it, it just looks worse and worse. I've heard everybody either say it's not that good or it's not that bad, kind of thing. I don't know anyone that hates it, but I don't know anyone that loves it either.
Crunch Long, thank you for the $5 super chat. And Spider Noir, what do you think of Silvermane? While I think Brendan Gleeson does a great job, a part of me was hoping they would cast Walken.
I gotta see the whole show. When you said that, I did kind of go, ooh, like, yeah, that would be kind of cool. But I mean, so far he's good. I find him interesting, but I gotta see where the show goes with him. So we'll see.
Ice Luigi Star, thank you for the $7 super chat. Which of the two actors portray in live Mario and live action better? Captain Lou Albano or Bob Hoskins? And how would you describe them both?
Oh, Bob Hoskins, and I have no problem with Lou doing the Super Show. I mean, you could argue that was my first live action Mario I've ever seen. And he's very gentle, and I like that performance. And kind of the same thing with Luigi. He was like just a little more, direct and forthcoming and stuff like that. But they're still kind of, just light and nice. I bought them as brothers. I guess that's the best way I can put it, which is honestly probably more than Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. But when I think of how does Mario sound, how does Mario act, how does he talk in terms of like real life, and even honestly kind of an animation too, I always imagine his voice sounding like Bob Hoskins' Brooklyn accent, personally. But I know a lot of people grew up again with N64 and everything, so that's how they're going to hear that Mario. Fair enough. But yeah, I always think of like a Brooklyn voice before the Italian voice thing.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Linda Fiorentino MIB dogma connection is proven stronger yet darker when you realize 2 years after MIB, she goes from a mortician to a. I'm not sure I can say that on YouTube. Abortion clinic.
Heather, I don't follow what you're trying to say.
I didn't want the YouTube bots to be like demonetized.
we put the schma.
We put the schma. I didn't say what you think I said, YouTube.
Okay. I guess there's that.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Heather, did you get to see your boy during the Summer Games Fest? Okay, this is gonna sound
Timing!
terrible, but which boy do you mean? I did see Ben Starr. I did see Sephiroth. I did see my literal boy in the God of War Lao Fei announcement. I saw many gentlemen that I approve of at the Summer Games Fest. Lava War Cannon, thank you for the $5 super chat. With more people coming out and talking about their enjoyment of the Wachowskis' Speed Racer movie, have your thoughts changed on it at all?
I wrote down to give it another shot all these years later. I don't know if it's gonna change, but I just don't think it's gonna change. But I could be wrong. Every time I think back to it, I just think of annoying, which I know is ironic me saying that, but still, it just is not the kind of fun, annoying visual spectacle that I get into. But I remember some shots in it, and I do remember it being very ambitious, which I did respect. But I feel like I've seen that style done better in something like 300 or like Sin City, some of the Frank Miller stuff that came out later, where again, I'll give it another watch at some point.
New Jersey Diablo, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hi, Doug and Heather. Have either of you seen the latest trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4? It looks amazing, but the long wait is definitely going to be painful. It is. It is.
Yeah, I mean, that'll look good. Gameplay look good and everything. They certainly like keeping everything in that city. So yeah, but I mean, for what it was, looks fine. Like they said, we'll just have to wait another decade until we get the next teaser. But yeah, what I saw looked good.
Matt Gamer, thank you for the 500 bits, part 1 of 2. Hello there, Doug. I was so happy to meet in person during SoCal Gaming Expo. You are the nicest person I've ever met. My apologies if I seem to slur my words. Also, I hope the prayer of Carlo keeps you and your family and friends safe. Finally, have you given Heather and Malcolm the gift I gave to you? I did ask him about it, Matt, so it'll get to me, but not quite yet.
Yeah, I have one of them here, and then the others Brad had to put in his suitcase because mine was too full. So I have to pick it up from him. But yeah, I do still have them. And it was great to see you too.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In open season, is it just me, or every time when Boog speaks, does it sound like Martin Lawrence was drunk while he was in the booth?
Now, to be fair, there is a section of the movie where he's supposed to be like their version of drunk. He's on like a sugar high, and he's like in the backseat of the car, like talking like this. And there's so give him a little bit of credit for that. But now that you mention it a little bit, I shouldn't say that. It sounded very, very laid back, which doesn't seem totally on brand for him. But I will say, like when I saw Big Mama's house, I was kind of surprised how legit he was playing the cop part. Where when it actually got to, oh, he's putting on the fat suit and everything, I was like, well, it's actually like this seems like two different characters now. So in some respect, I can at least say that like the bear in the movie was at least consistent. It didn't seem like, oh, he had like a big change at any point, just like a different character. But yeah, I was saying that before, like it did kind of sound like like he was kind of half awake through most of it. He never really emoted that much, which is really surprising from Martin Lawrence.
Glimmer, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, will you be reviewing the Super Mario Galaxy movie as NC, especially because it just passed the $1 billion mark?
Yeah, I think I got that on the list. Just in case I don't, I'll write it down.
Cool Jack, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hi Doug, just wanted to ask if you ever plan on doing review of anime series. Also, P.S. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules is great. Hope you review it someday.
Yeah, I might because I did see the original was growing in numbers, so I might give that a look. Animes are a little tricky because I was going to say Japan's copyright laws are so different from ours, but really, with all the copyright claims we get, is it that different? I don't know if it is. So it is one of those things where fighting it usually is a little bit more difficult, but honestly, Pokemon first movie did okay. So I don't know. I like to put it this way: if I do it, it would have to be a movie. It would not be like a series because I don't think I'd have time slash even the energy uh to do that, even if it's like a short series. But yeah, maybe I'll look into like maybe we'll try another Pokemon movie, see how that goes. If it's still okay, yeah, I might try a few others.
I know, guys. Thank you for that 74-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Doug, there are 3 films that you need to review for their anniversaries: Zoom with Tim Allen, Dougal, and Hoodwinked 2.
Um, maybe I'd have to look and see how Hoodwig one did. I think it did good. Dougal, I know I got recommended for a while. I know it's on the list. And then what was the other? Oh, Zoom.
Zoom with Tim Allen.
Yeah, it's another one I got recommended a lot. I've just never seen it, but I do get recommended it a lot. It's another one of those where I'm like, okay, well, if I do this, is it legit gonna do well, or is there just like a very, very vocal small group that likes it and wants me to review it? So I don't know if it's a Disney film because I thought I heard it was Disney. Bare minimum, I'll do Disney's number.
Talons of Water, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you have any thoughts on Schoolhouse Rock, or would you like to save those for a possible Disney December?
Uh, it's good. They're fine. I don't know if how do I put it? I got into the same reason everyone else did. It was catchy. It was, obviously very educational and, taught you a lot and everything, the songs, but it's not something I have like a strong connection to. Like put it this way, I don't revisit it. I saw it once as a kid. I liked it. I'm still humming the songs today, but it's not something where I go back a lot. But I know why people do. I know it represents that time period very, very well, and it is well put together, and it has a very distinct style, and it is very charming. So I do understand that. It's just not one where when I go back, like I see something new to it, like wow, there's another layer in which this really works, kind of thing. But it's good. It's good stuff. I don't know. It's Schoolhouse Rock. Who doesn't like Schoolhouse Rocks?
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, did you get to see one of the trailers on Nintendo Direct that broke the internet? The Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer.
Yeah. Looks good. It's funny that it broke it only broke the internet because it's Kingdom Hearts 4. Which is not to say it looks bad. It looks fine. I don't know if I saw anything that was like, whoa, kind of thing. But it still looks good. I'm down for playing it. When it comes out, 25 to 30 years. Yeah.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Pixar friendship do you like more? Mabel and George from Hoppers, or Elio and Glordon from Elio?
Uh, hmm. Probably Hoppers. I think because I didn't entirely know where it was going to go. Where Elio, I could kind of get a vibe. Hoppers threw in a few more twists and turns with the characters and how the world worked that it kept me a little bit more guessing, which I liked. It made the relationship between them a little bit more interesting.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for that 60-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
60 months. Woohoo! Also, my nephew Matthew hasn't arrived yet, but it's close. His dad / my brother-in-law is being impatient, but we all are. I'll keep you updated.
Wonderful. Yeah, hoping for the best for you.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. There is so much content out there, I feel like there is no time to catch up besides those two shows, Spider Noir and Daredevil. Are there any other shows that you need to catch up on?
Yeah, well, but you've heard a lot of them here. I think Bob's Burgers. We are going to finish up Widow's Bay, but I think there's only one more episode of that left. We just started the studio. The Chosen, wouldn't mind finishing that up. What else? I know there's others.
We've got Vox Machina lined up, but I know Doug doesn't watch Vox Machina. So, yeah. Clementine, thank you for the $20 super chat. Doug,
thank you.
Marry me.
I'm yours.
Fantastic, Clementine. You can come claim him. Mega Guy, thank you for the $7 super chat. Ridley Scott is one of my favorite hit or miss directors. What are your top 3 favorite and least favorite films of his? Maybe not top 3, but like favorite and least favorite.
Yeah, what would a favorite be? Might be Alien. I know it's kind of a cop out. But I do really like that one. And then, man, I never did see Alien Covenant, but everybody tells me it's awful. I don't know. Outside of that, I'm not saying this is the worst, but I never got into Gladiator. It's one of those where I could just predict from beginning to end where it was going to go. And that's just kind of it. It's a good eating meat man, movie. It's like, sure, but there's really nothing else to it outside of that. But that's not to say it's awful. It just never ever grabbed me.
Dibbles is gold. Thank you for the 500 bits. Stop dating me with your reviews. 20 years ago is still 1976.
I said dating. I thought like, are my reviews taking you out on a date? How's this going? But maybe that was the marriage proposal I just got. So.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. So the final trailer for Moana came out today, and man, I can't help but wonder what Walt would say about Disney's current state. This year, Disney is releasing an original film called Hexed. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it bombs, but Moana is a huge hit. Here's hoping I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, with both of them, I gotta wait and see. But if I had to guess, I would say Hexed would be the better movie. And I will say too, to some people's credit, when they talk about what would Disney think, what would Disney blah blah blah, not that that isn't important to talk about, but if you look into what he had in mind for Epcot originally, there's a lot of things that maybe you would go, maybe I don't need to know what Disney it really is one of those things where I always think, man, did he kick the bucket at just the right time? I always found that very fascinating. Just I want to see that parallel universe where that kept going. He stayed alive and that happened, because I don't know if people would have the same thought they have of him now. But I could be wrong. Maybe he would have figured it out, but I don't know if he would have. So, this was about movies. I hope Hexed is good and does really, really great numbers, and Moana is a piece of crap and is treated like a piece of crap.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, I got something for your Disney-cember, the Wolverine game, which comes out on September 15th.
Yeah, we were looking at playing that, actually, so we will see.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. I finished Danny Phantom last week, and I've started rewatching Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know if Doug has ever seen it, but Heather, have you? I've seen bits and pieces of Fairly Odd Parents because it was a good time period for some of my younger brothers, but it wasn't one that I sat down and watched by myself. Just if they had it on, I might watch it every now and then, but yeah, nothing crazy religious that I watched the whole series,
Yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time who had a kid, and she watched that a lot, so I saw a little bit of it. It's perfectly fine. What it is, a cute little funny show. It's got some stuff for adults, a lot of stuff for kids. It's perfectly fine.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you see the trailer they released for the Hadestown musical Pro Shot? It looks amazing. I'm excited. Already got my tickets. It's coming out July 26th and will only be in theaters for 5 days. I know, I saw that and I was like, I gotta figure that out. Oh my gosh, I loved Hadestown. I have a personal connection to because that's when we went to New York. That was the only Broadway show I actually saw, and I saw it with that original cast too. So I was like, I want to see this again.
Is it the original cast in this show?
The pro shot, it's most of
Yeah.
the original cast.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's
Hmm.
cool. So I've never seen it, but I've heard really, really good things.
It's great.
So it will be nice to check it out through that.
Matthew, thank you for becoming a member over on YouTube. Welcome. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Matt, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part two. I don't care if people call me weak or sensitive, but after saying my goodbyes to you, I teared up a little. Till we meet again, I'll continue watching and chatting behind the camera. Thanks again, Doug.
Oh, and that's so kind of you to say. And it was really great to meet you. It was definitely that was a fun con. That was definitely a really good time.
I've already said I am jealous that Doug got to meet you. Some other time, Matt. Some other time, I hope. AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Ashton Kutcher said he never met Martin Lawrence during production till they started promoting it.
That's more common than you might think. You could make the argument, well, that's why they didn't have, much chemistry, and stuff like that. Sure, but a lot of animated projects, particularly animated films, a lot of times they don't meet. Heck, Sin City, a lot of those actors never met. It's a common thing, especially with like people's schedules and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not something where it's like, what? That explains so much. It actually happens more than you probably think.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you ever watch the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command series, give it a watch. Patrick Warburton voices Buzz, and he's hilarious in it.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it right now. Actually, I'm about halfway through it. I enjoy it. It's not something that I'm like, I can't wait for the next episode or anything like that. But it's very charming. The stuff that's the strongest about is the voice acting. All those actors are just naturally know how to make those lines sound funny, and they all have a very musical way of delivering their lines. It just kind of makes you giggle. Even if the line's not that funny, they can just say it in a way that kind of makes you smile. So yeah, and even outside of that, it is very imaginative. There are some good jokes in it. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Curtis Lopez, thank you for the $20 super chat. This is part one of two. Hi, Doug, it's Curtis. We met at SCGE, and I hope you're enjoying the FML coffee mug I gave you. It was so awesome to finally meet you. While at SCGE, did you ever have time to meet the TMNT cast or play some video games?
I didn't get to play any video games, but I did. Oh, actually, that's not true. At RetroWare's table, I played a little bit of the Toxic Crusaders game. But yeah, I said hi to Rob. I was gonna say hi to him. Met Townsend Coleman, I think is how you say his name. He played Michelangelo. I actually talked to him about the Tick quite a bit. And met Renee Jacobs, the original April O'Neil. Was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. That's like, my first childhood crush. So that was really, really awesome. And yeah, all around had a real good time, and it was great seeing you there.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Patrick Warburton also voiced Buzz Lightyear for the Adventure Begins TV movie, and Tim Allen had to redub it using the same cadence as Patrick.
That's so funny because I heard that and I would not have guessed that. Looking back at some of those lines again, I'm like, okay, I can see it, but I really have to give credit to Alan that he really made it sound like his own, even though he had to match the cadence. I'm sure the mouth movements were already animated and everything. Both of them did a very, very good job with that. I was told that I think a little bit after I saw it, I was just like, oh, wow, really? And then when I kind of listened to the beats, I'm like, yeah, I can see how Warburton would say that. And I think that shows how well they both have the character down because it didn't sound odd. It didn't sound out of character hearing Tim Allen hit those beats in that same way.
Sean49 Doctor, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey
was
Doug, you've mentioned
chosen
Peter
today.
Sellers in the past, but have you ever heard his early work on the British radio comedy The Goon Show, which he did with Spike Milligan and Harry Sacombe? You can find episodes on YouTube, including my favorites, the dreaded Batter Pudding Hurler and the jet-propelled Guided Nafi.
Boy, that title sounds strange now. But I think maybe a bit here and there, but not a ton. I know I've heard some Peter Sellers stuff, like just audio, so I'm assuming that's what I've heard. Uh, but it sounds cool. I should probably check it out.
What up, JD? Thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your favorite A24 movie? My top faves are Disaster Artist, Uncut Gems, and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Man, I mean, they've made so many. I do like Hereditary quite a bit. God, there's just so many. I mean, I'm just looking at like a bunch of them. I even got remember. Oh yeah, like Backrooms is on there now. Like I just saw Murray Supreme and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe. But what were some of the ones they listed?
They
Because there's one.
mentioned Disaster
Oh,
Artist, Uncut Gems, and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once and Disaster Artist. I really, really like quite a bit. And then yeah, Hereditary would probably be in that mix as well.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Open Season opened at number 1 at the box office when it came out. Right behind it was The Guardian, which also starred Ashton Kutcher.
That's funny.
Curtis, thank you for the $5 super chat. This is part 2 of 2. Hope you can visit California again so you can take the Warner Bros. Tour. I would be honored to be your tour guide.
Yeah, no, thank you for that offer. Yeah, I keep forgetting how many there are down there. Like I keep forgetting like Universal Studios is legit like a studio there. Like they actually do the tour and everything. I'm like, oh right, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff where I've been there several times and I'm always like, yeah, I don't need to see XYZ, kind of thing. But then like people introduce stuff to me or reintroduce stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I should see that. And that's one of those things I would like to see. So yeah, maybe one day I'll get on down there again.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, so I was wondering, since you did Studio Ghibli for Disney December in 2014, will you do a video in the future on your thoughts / personal reviews about the other Studio Ghibli films you have seen / reviewed, like Only Yesterday, The Red Turtle, When Marnie Was There, and Shivers, Earwig, and The Witch, in my opinion, the bad Studio Ghibli movie.
That's always what I hear. Maybe someday, like I said, we kind of got scared away because we did get so many copyright claims from them, but maybe it's changed. I don't know. We'll see. I'll say this. I remember seeing. Wait, did I not do Only Yesterday? Oh, I guess I didn't. That's kind of surprising. I didn't talk about that. Marlene, was it Marlene and Me? Was that it?
What when Marty was there?
Well, Marty was there. That's right. Marley and Me. Oh my god. I did see. I remember liking. It was fine. I do really like Only Yesterday a lot. That's a very, very good film. I never did see the Earwig one. I heard it's bad. I kind of don't want to see it, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's something there. Maybe at some point I'll get around to doing those.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Avatar, after Zuko joins the gang, how would you rank the solo adventures he has with them? Him and Aang discovering the original masters of firebending, him and Sokka breaking Sokka's father and Suki out of prison, and him and Katara searching for her mother's killer. It's a bummer Toph didn't get a solo adventure.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Actually, that's a good point. It would have been interesting teaming those two up. I never thought about that. I never really put together. Yeah, they all kind of got solo adventures too. Probably hunting down the mother's killer is probably the wait. Yeah, I probably say that one's probably the most interesting. Then the dragon one. Then breaking out Suki. No, that's right. Because I remember the climax of that episode, those two episodes being really, really good. Actually, maybe I'll put that at number one the more I think about it. Because, like, I remember the episodes being okay, but just that last chunk, that last third was so awesome. So, yeah, actually, I'll put that at number one.
Jenny, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Is it possible that Open Season seemed more popular lately because of nostalgia, similar to the Gun Scooby Doo movies?
Yeah. It's one of the reasons I did.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. I read back in 2020 that they were remaking The Secret of Nim into a TV series. I don't know, though, if they're still following through with it, though.
I mean, they could because it is different. I mean, there's a lot of things they follow pretty close, but there's other stuff, that they added and made up for the movie. The names are very different. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind if they did that. It'd be cooler if they did it. I was gonna say in a way where the mice and rats and everything look more realistic, but sometimes that backtracks and that can be a little distracting. So I don't know. Whenever I kind of read the book, I was always thinking of what they look like as like real mice and real rats and everything. So it'd be neat if they could pull that off, but I don't know if it makes sense to do. I don't know if they'd be kind of appealing enough to look at for that amount of time, but I could be wrong.
Little Vic Greener, thank you for the £5 super chat. Since we finally got a new trailer after 4 years, do you guys have any hopes or expectations for Kingdom Hearts 4, both in terms of gameplay and fan service?
You know, no, I really have no high expectations for it. I'm going in completely blank. I keep forgetting it's even like coming out. So every single time I see another teaser, another whatever, I just kind of go, oh, neat. But that could be because I didn't grow up with it. I discovered it later, and I really did enjoy it quite a bit. But it's not something where I'm going, I gotta know what's gonna happen. I mean, I thought three kind of almost looked like it wrapped up on its own, honestly.
Timing!
So the idea that it's still going, I'm like, sure. I mean, I don't mind. There's a million other spin-off games, right? But yeah, it's something where I'd like to see it. I'm curious what they're gonna do, but I'm not sitting here like, when are they gonna come out with it? It just when it comes out, I'll see it and probably enjoy it.
My Kingdom Hearts 4 hot take is that I don't want them to have any Marvel or Star Wars worlds.
Mm.
I don't. There's other Disney properties and Pixar properties that we can explore without going into Marvel and Star Wars, but
Well,
they
there's so many
probably
Marvel
are.
and Star Wars games already. That's
Right.
the thing. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Amazing Digital Circus Last Act has made more money than Mandalorian and Grogu. It has super exceeded my expectations.
That's nice to hear. Again, I know people are working very hard on these movies and everything, but I mean, I just thought Mando and Grogu was just such a nothing, boring, dull experience. So the fact that it didn't do well, I'm not like rooting for it to fail because I thought it was so awful, but I mean, it was just so bland, and I feel like Star Wars really shouldn't be that. In some respects, you could argue that's kind of the worst thing you can do is make it boring. And Lucas did that too.
I was
Attack of the Clones
chosen
is
today.
insanely dull, but yeah, that's the thing where I'm kind of like, okay, hopefully that's kind of a eye opener to okay, maybe it isn't the budget, keeping the budget a little smaller. Maybe just make something interesting. Because we're seeing a lot of good stuff. Maul was good. Andor wrapped up really great. I haven't seen Skeleton Key, or a Skeleton Crew, but I hear it's really great. So it's like more of that. Keep going, in that direction.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. What's your opinion of Alex's hat from A Clockwork Orange? I have to know your opinion on this.
His hat, like the hat he wears, is that?
Yeah, it's capitalized, but I imagine that's the only thing I can imagine it is.
uh it's a good hat. It stands out. It's pretty iconic. It gets the job done.
Jace, thank you for the $10 super chat. Visual meme.
Timing!
A picture of Toy Story 5 title, then a picture of Mr. Meeseeks on his knees proclaiming, I can't take it anymore, I just want to die! Pan over to other Disney franchises on a Meeseeks, we all want to die!
Go, make it happen.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. A fun fact about Speed. In the scene where Jeff Daniels' character dies, the face he makes when he realizes he is about to die, Daniels made the same face Roy Schneider makes in Jaws when he sees the shark. Or what? Sorry, I probably said that wrong.
I did not know that. It's interesting. I do actually remember that face quite well. I thought that was actually, honestly, just sort of a fun, goofy action film. I actually thought that was a pretty good facial reaction he gave. I still remember that reaction.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Transformers 1, what do you think of D16's transformation into Megatron?
Mostly good. You know what it is? I follow all of it until he turns against Optimus Prime. That A didn't really make a whole lot of sense when you hear what he says to him before the big turn, and B, it just happened a little too quick. Everything else was brilliantly built up to that moment. Just didn't feel earned, and he had a few more steps there, but everything else really, really worked.
Cherry Pips, thank you for becoming a member for 2 months in a row over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Did you enjoy the digital circus or has your mind changed? Nice meeting you at the con, Ash.
Nice meeting you too. And yeah, I liked it. It's still not something I jump up and down like I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen or anything. But it did get to a point where I said, "All right, I would feel like I'm missing something if I didn't complete this, and I would want to know what was going on." And the resolution I got, I found satisfactory, but I think as a lot of people even pointed out in the comments, I watched them all in a row, pretty close to each other. I didn't have to wait months and months for every episode, so I didn't really have a ton of time to think about what could be going on, and here's my theories, blah blah blah. So when they do finally reveal it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. And yeah, I think the resolution they come to, I'm not gonna act like it was a huge shock, but it was something where I went, all right, I can see. I didn't predict that, but it makes sense. I like it and the direction it goes. Again, I wasn't imagining going that direction, but I was okay with. I thought it matched the rest of the tone and the direction everything else was doing.
Mattster Dude, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, have you ever played Detroit Become Human yet? If not, is that next on your list? Awesome game. Definitely one of the best ones ever.
I've heard a lot about it. I've seen clips from it. We might have it on the list. I'm not
We might.
sure.
I think you get a kick out of Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of interesting stuff because that's 100% like just choice based, right? I mean, there's not really like jump by press this to fight the character. It's like, no, do you want to do this or that, or do you
Yeah,
want
there's
to
some
go left or
investigating
right?
as well, but yeah, there's
Okay,
not too much like fighting or anything like that. But yeah, it's
yeah,
like more choice-based story
uh,
branching
a- a-
off.
yeah, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So yeah, I feel like we got it on the list.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Heather, did you like the first Alien or the second Aliens more? Ah, why do you gotta make me choose? I guess if
It's
I
rough.
had to choose, if like gun to my head, you have to choose one. I think I would choose the first Alien, but I think I just really like the atmosphere and vibe of it. And Aliens does like continue some of that, but I think I'd watch the first Alien before I'd watched Aliens again. But I don't know. I would also put Aliens on again because that was just a good time.
Yeah, no, they're both
But
really good.
I think I'd choose Alien if I absolutely had to. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 500 bits. So, for the big television special, example Fox Kids, Toonami, etc., will you do an Adult Swim special or Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon special? If you do Adult Swim, will you include FMA, both the OG and Brotherhood, Blood Plus, Cowboy Bebop, etc.?
Uh, that was the next one we wanted to do. It's very difficult right now because I did get hit with chronic fatigue, and that already took so much out of me to do those. I mean, that really was me pushing myself to the limit and staying up hours and hours beyond what I normally, the normal amount of time I put into it. So it's unlikely. With that said, I've been doing pretty good recently, but even if I've been doing pretty good for a while, I feel like building back up to that, to that energy I used to have. I would love to get back to it. I don't know. I'm not going to say I am. I hope I can. I'm not going to say that I can. That consistent energy I used to have. So we'll see. We talked about that. We talked about doing TGIF. We talked about doing one Saturday morning. So there were a few others that we had in mind. I don't know if we can get to it. A lot of it really does depend on how consistently good my health does.
Mecha Nemesis, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, I think it's time you trademarked the Nostalgia Critic action figure. Just saying, you'd have a collector right here.
um, maybe we'll see.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. Have you ever read any really fanfics? Because there are ones that are really good and even have their own fan bases.
Only ones that I'm in. No. I read a couple. Not many. Most of them were slash fic, because of course that's the one I'm gonna look at. But not a ton, and I'm sure there's good ones out there. I just a lot of it is just kind of a time thing. If I had a ton of time, yeah, maybe I'd go and read a couple. I mean, it's not like my diehard thing, but I get why people write them and read them and stuff like that. Every once in a while you will get something that's like, oh, that's kind of better than what they did in the series or movies or whatever. So it's kind of neat when that happens.
Butter my egg roll. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, I've been a fan literally forever. What do you think about these comedians directing horror movies, such as Get Out and Obsession?
Um, I think the reason comedians have such a close connection to horror is that well, first of all, there's a lot of connection between comedy and misery. I really do say you cannot have comedy without some form of misery in there. So it's not surprising that they understand horror. They understand, what is essentially exploiting misery. But the same way you're timing a scare is very similar to the same way you're timing a joke, setting something up, delivering a punchline that's actually different than what you're anticipating, maybe delivering something you think is the punchline, but that's going to come later. Like they're very, very similar. I usually say a jump scare or a chun in a horror film is just a different genre's laugh track. It's basically the exact same thing. And when it's done poorly, it's really obnoxious. It's saying this is when you're supposed to laugh, or this is when you're supposed to be scared, when the best ones work much more organically. And those can still be effective, but the timing of it and again the core of the idea is really what has to be at the base focus of it, I think.
James, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, would you rather have to act opposite Matthew Broderick in a film or be directed in a film by M. Night?
Oh, I would love to be directed a film by M. Night. I am not even kidding. That would be like a dream come true. I would just have to know. How does he get those performances? How does he tell them how does he explain these things? I would love that, because then when somebody would look at a weird performance I gave and just be like, what were you thinking? I can say, I can tell you. So I was told this and I was directed to, like, that would just be so great. And as much as I make jokes about him and stuff like that, he is still making original material. He has a definitive voice. 9 out of 10 times he's very entertaining, whether it's good or it's bad. I really am a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan because I will see it whether it's good or bad. I have to go see it. He's one of the most unique voices out there.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Disney villain do you think is more boring? Clayton from Tarzan or Shan Yu from Mulan?
I'll say Sean Yu. I really just barely remember a thing about him, where at least Clayton has a pretty fun voice actor. I'm a big fan of Blessed. So yeah, I guess I'll say him, probably just for the voice actor.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. It always bothered me in Men in Black 2 that Elle was sent back to the morgue. Was she that bad of a partner?
I agree. I thought that was. I mean, so many things in Men in Black 2 were pretty botched, and the funny thing is, I don't see that as like a terrible sequel. I think when I reviewed it, I said, yeah, these things are annoying, but there's still some good laughs in it and still some creative stuff. But I've seen far worse sequels. But yes, for what that first film set up and what it could have been after that, that was a really, really big letdown. But thankfully, 3 did pretty good.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. Have you heard of the video game Catherine? It's a really good game, with great imagery, gameplay, story, and has very adult themes. I've never played Catherine Full Body or Catherine, but I've heard things about it. It's another Atlas game, isn't it? Chat, not you. I assume you don't know what Catherine is, Doug. It's got an image to
some
it.
of this imagery, yep.
It's got an identity. Catherine Full Body does.
I have not. And what's so funny, I thought you were talking about this game. I want to say it's like Sweet Charlotte or something like that, or maybe even Sweet Catherine. I can't
Oh.
remember, but it's almost like a Don Bluth drawn game, and it has kind of like a Disney, like a dark Disney feel. So I'm like, I think I know what this is. I looked up, like, oh no, no, I don't. That was not what I was expecting.
Alexander Elwood, thank you for the $5 super chat. Outside of the Bad Boys franchise, I actually did enjoy the Martin Lawrence film Life with Eddie Murphy. Have you seen it?
No, and I've seen parts of it. It wasn't grabbing me, but I will say it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Whenever I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't know, this isn't looking that great. But some of the scenes I saw, I'm like, this is all right, I guess. But I should sit down and watch the whole thing. I just heard everybody say just that it's okay. So I never did bother to see the whole thing.
Keyblade Master Andy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Finally, some news on Persona 6 and Kingdom Hearts 4. I know the trailer is kind of reaffirming that the stuff from the first trailer is still in.
Yes, this is true.
I can't wait for Persona 6. It's real and it's green, and I can't wait to hear the music style that they go with. Loam Trade, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate
Thank you.
that. Hi, Doug. Today was quite rough, but it's nice to see you online. Are you considering playing any of the Mario RPGs post SMRPG, such as the Paper Mario games or Mario and Luigi games? Maybe Luigi's Mansion 1 as well?
Well, I'm sorry today was rough.
Yeah.
Hopefully goes better. We can bring a little levity to that, hopefully. With that said, I think it's just called Super Mario RPG, right? Is that
There is
what
Super
that
Mario
one's
RPG, yeah.
Yeah, and I hear it's really, really good.
It's
And
good.
yeah, so I guess I'm curious to try
Hey!
that. I think when the second Luigi's Mansion came out, that was like one of the earliest Twitch streams I think we did, and it was fun, but I was getting a little impatient with it, so I didn't finish it, but but it was all right. Yeah, I think if I did any of them, I would want to do Super Mario RPG because I heard really, really good things about it.
I would also recommend the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. You would enjoy that
I,
too.
I, I've heard good things about that too. Yeah.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which review has you trying to fall asleep while listening to a quite stamps ad reading, but is constantly interrupted with lines being shouted, waking you?
I don't know. I've done so many sponsorships, especially stamp sponsorships, that I legit couldn't tell you. I'm so sorry.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In open season, the scene in Shaw's cabin is just completely where the hell did this come from? Gary Sinise acts like he is in a horror film.
It's Sinise. Thank you
Sorry,
so
my
much.
bad.
And yeah, that's one of the reasons I like that moment because at least I remember it. At least it stood out, where everything else was just so generic. So honestly, I kind of give it credit for that.
Aussie Manny, thank you for that 10-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
10 months. Yippee! Dear scary walls and packed shelves. Last week, Uncle Iroh's second voice actor, Greg Baldwin, tweeted some truthful words about how, from his lived experience and after all the mismanagement of the Avatar franchise, he knows studios executives are a slippery and clueless bunch and soulless bastards, his actual words. Which actors or voice actors would you love to sit down with to hear them dishing the dirt? I'd personally love to hear what Harrison Ford has to say.
Uh, boy. I, I don't know why this one popped in my head, but I imagine this would be pretty fun. Aubrey Plaza. I'd love to hear
Okay.
her talk kind of about anything.
Yeah.
because I just saw this. I haven't even seen this movie yet, but I saw this documentary on the making of Megalopolis, and just hearing her talk about her experience and even just like the being told what the script was and the quote unquote audition and everything. I mean, she just sounded so confused, but she was just so blunt about like, I read it, I said it's really disturbing. And he said, it's not disturbing, it's supposed to be hopeful and really uplifting. I said, you're crazy. This doesn't make any sense. And then I said, yes. Like it's just so weird, but it's like, but I feel like that's truthful too. So I don't know. I feel like she can talk about all the insanity in an insane way that would just be really, really entertaining.
Dazzleac, thank you for the £5 super chat. Hey Doug, I'm currently playing the new Lego Batman game and I was wondering if you were thinking of streaming it. There's some great movie callbacks.
It does look like fun. I think there's just too many other games I want to play. We are talking about playing Wolverine. I still got to finish Final Fantasy at some point. Indiana Jones, we were talking about playing at some point. So yeah, there's so many I already gotta get back to.
Alexander L. Wood, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think of Martin Scorsese's appearance in the first episode of The Studio?
Great. I I knew where it was going, but not the way it was going to get there. And everything, just the way it played, just really, really made me laugh. And particularly when he was crying at the end in the background, and he's like, "But he did that," like a little kid. That was great. That was really, really funny.
Ethan Lane, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you like to watch sports? I'm excited for football season in a few months. My favorite team is the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I know.
um, only when a Chicago team is doing well, I'll pay attention. When something really, really rare is going on, like I am paying attention a little bit to the Knicks games. Uh, and then I always watch the Super Bowl. I don't care who's playing. To me, Super Bowl is like a holiday. That's like Thanksgiving to me. I love just getting some great beers, getting some great food. I usually bring a cigar. We just go either my brother's place, my dad's place, and we just watch and try all sorts of, like just really, really good beers and everything. And yeah, it just have like, chips and pizza rolls, just all the stuff that's terrible for you, but just tastes so good on Super Bowl. Yeah, I really love that whole experience.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. One movie that would be good for Disney December would be Dude, Where's My Car? It's a 20th Century Fox film and it came out in December of 2000.
Yeah, I never did see it. I know it was one of those movies everybody was making fun of it when it came out, like, oh my gosh, is this really something that exists? And I heard it's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad. That's always what I hear. So, I don't know if I'll do a Disney December. I might do a Nostalgia Critic on though.
Ethan Lane, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hi, Doug. Are you going to be at the Grand Rapids Comic Con this year? Because I want to make some balloon art for you, if that's cool with you, of course.
I am very much against balloon art. Everybody knows that's against my religion. I am so insulted. No, I think pretty sure let me put it this way. We've gone, I think, every other year for like I don't even know, like the past 10 years, something like that. Like I don't even know how often they've had us bad. They're so kind. It's like us and the Harp Twins, I think, are the only two they just keep bringing back, and it's really, really cool. So, as far as I know, I like it this way. I haven't heard that we are not, if that makes sense. But I should probably look into that and see if we are in fact going to that.
Keyblade Master Andy, thank you for the $2 super chat. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the original Dawn of the Dead, what do you think of the characters? I think the film does a good job at making all four of them come across as real people.
Yeah, well, still having a little bit of that campy, hokey side to it. Which I mean as a compliment. There should always be a little bit of an exploitation vibe to films of that type at that era, during that decade. So I think that kind of makes sense. But yeah, no, I thought they tapped into some interesting stuff with the characters without like hammering in stuff too much. Like I like they just say, why are they at the mall? It's like, it's just something they remember. And you don't need too much else outside of that. You don't need to dive too much more to the commentary. Like that's kind of enough. So yeah, and everything else kind of speaks for itself after that. And I feel like the characters work a little bit in a similar way.
Alexander L. Wood, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on Marty Supreme? Do you think it might be Timothy Chalamet's best performance to date?
Sure. I was much more impressed by what's his name, Kevin O'Leary. I didn't know he was in it, and when I saw him, I'm like, huh? And he was really good. I really, really liked him. Um, I don't know. It was fine. I'm not sure I got the intense love for it. Maybe there's just kind of a love for that style, that kind of uncut gem style that's very kind of in your face and always moving, and you don't know necessarily what's going to happen, but it's going to go in a kind of this direction thing. Um, but that kind of direction I've seen a lot in movies, and it's fine. It's done well. I maybe I was expecting something. The stuff I thought would be crazier, I thought would be crazier in a different way. I thought it would be more what it's ultimately doing and kind of saying and achieving at the end, not the way it's necessarily doing it. But with that said, the way it did it was very crazy, was very weird, and was fun. I definitely couldn't predict always where it was going. But again, I kind of knew the vibe it was going to end on, if that makes sense. But I enjoyed it. I'm not sure I necessarily got like the die hard love that a lot of people got out of it, but maybe I gotta see it again.
Mustard Man, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you guys ever been to Knott's Berry Farm in California? I'm going next week and can't wait to try the boysenberry pie.
No, and I keep forgetting that's out there, and I really should because I hear it's a pretty good time.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 500 bits. To answer your Hadestown question, Doug, the original Broadway leads came back to film the pro shot. The Fates and Ensemble are played by cast members from the West End production.
Okay, I mean, any of them coming back, I think, is a good thing. But yeah, knowing that a lot of the leads did return is really really cool.
Lava War Cannon, thank you for the $5 super chat. Favorite picture slash Photoshop of Nicolas Cage. Mine is the picture of his shouting face on a rabbit.
That's a good one. My favorite. It's like an interactive one where I don't know. It's on Facebook or something. This is like probably a decade and a half ago, where it just shows Nicolas Cage and Con Air. It says in 3 seconds, blow on the screen. 1, 2, 3, and that cuts to the clip of him and Con Air with the air blowing his hair, just like that. And I thought, that's pretty great.
At some point years ago, Tamra, unprompted with no explanation, sent me a picture of Nicolas Cage's face photoshopped onto a kneeling bikini like model's body. I was like, what is this? Why have you sent me this? It was very funny. It lived on my phone for a long time because it was just so random and it was very funny. Nicolas Cage, but he's a bikini model. I don't know. It was so random.
I think she got us that Nicolas Cage Shrek mug too. We have at the studio. I'm pretty sure. If she didn't get it for us, she talked about it a lot.
She sure did. She loves Nicolas Cage. Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. I saw Masters of the Universe and I had fun watching it. The actor playing Adam slash He-Man really nailed the part.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it on the big screen. I like to because it looks like a good big screen movie, but I'll definitely stream it.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. In The Legend of Korra, what do you think of Aang's descendants?
Uh, Good. Yeah, I like the family element to it. I like what's his name? J.K. Simmons' character. Is it Ozai? Is that his name? Nah, probably not. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Why am I saying yeah? Probably when I just don't know.
Tenzin?
But Tencent, thank you.
Thanks, chat.
Yes, I like that character, except when he got a little too prideful at that one point where he was trying too hard, to teach everybody, which not that that was like an awful thing. It's just one of those things where you go, this character's a little better than this plot line. We know what he's going to learn. Can we just get to the part where he learns it already? Because everything else about him was so interesting. But with that said, everything else about him was really, really interesting. I thought he played it very, very well.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, who do you think is the most boring character in Invincible? Maybe William? Or I don't know why I always forget she exists. Ray, Shrinking Ray. I always forget she exists, and then she pops on screen. I'm like, oh yeah, she's a person who's here sometimes. Nick, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, I remember you mentioning once that you tend to not care for Sinbad movies. Out of curiosity, how do you tend to feel about films based on Jack and the
I was
Beanstalk?
chosen today.
You know, this is gonna sound awful. I don't know if we're talking about Sinbad the Adventurer or Sinbad the Comedian. um, I legit don't know because I guess between the two, I probably see Sinbad the Adventurer. But I yeah, because I was gonna say like I feel like both times I probably said something similar in a review, so I can't remember which one. I'm assuming you mean the Adventurer because you're bringing up Jack and the Beanstalk, but at the same time, I could see Sinbad the Comedian doing a Jack and the Beanstalk movie. So I don't, I've never seen like a great Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, movie, but most of the ones I've seen, that are fine, are perfectly presentable. I really wish Disney did that one that from the concept art, they made it look like Jack befriends like the Giant's kid or something like that. And that's like a unique spin. Like that's kind of new. And they never went through with it. But that was something where I'm like, oh, that would have been neat to see the direction that goes. But yeah, every other version of the story, it's always good. It's always fine. It's just never something that I'm like, oh, you want to see a great one? See this one, except that bizarre Russian one I reviewed years ago with the robot witch and all that weird stuff.
Jesse, thank you for the $8 super chat. Thoughts on The Surfer starring Nicolas Cage? It got mixed reception when released last year, but I thought it was decent with what it aimed for.
I never did see it. I have it on the queue to watch at some point, but yeah, I didn't get around to watching it.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. I just looked it up on, oh, I think they meant Google, but they put Goodle. And it looks like Korra is getting a sequel called Safe Havens. I hope it does well.
Yeah, I remember hearing the setup for it. I don't know why that franchise loves to crap on that character. I'm like, because it's like the apocalypse has happened, and apparently it's Korra's fault. Somebody's gonna go and find out what happened. I'm just like, ah, sheesh. Give this character a break.
Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Bringing Down the House? It's a movie from the early 2000s starring Steve Martin and Queen Latifah. I just watched it for the first time recently, and man, it has not aged well.
I have not seen it, but I remember hearing even when it came out, it did not age well. I know some people that liked it and had a good time. I know other people that were just like, I can't believe like half the stuff they were doing and saying, but not in a way that was like really clever or smart. It was just like dumb and insulting. But I shouldn't talk because I haven't seen it. But I've heard that a lot, definitely.
TJ O'Donnell, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Hey, Doug and Heather, I have officially been hired as a teacher at a private school, and one of the classes I will be teaching will be a film class. One of the movies I will be showing is Ed Wood, which I loved. Thanks, Doug.
That's awesome. Congrats. And yeah, I think Ed Wood is like really, in my opinion, one of the essential films you should show about movie making. Absolutely. Even though I know, parts of it are all of it's romanticized and much of it, maybe about half of it didn't happen, but what it's getting across and the way it's getting it across is just so important. And I think every filmmaker really needs to keep in their core. It's a very, very good film to show.
Bottom Barrel, thank you for the $2 super chat. Teo Rojlik, thank you for the €5 super chat. Have you seen these cartoons? Total Drama, Moral Oral, Young Justice, and Looney Tunes 2020. Do you know the last Chuck Jones cartoon was an online flash?
Interesting. I didn't know that. I seen wait. Did I see Looney Tunes 2020? Maybe I didn't. Oh, wait. Maybe I did. Hold on. Looney Tunes 2020. Maybe it's the one I'm thinking. Okay, yes, I saw not all of it, but I saw a fair amount. I liked it fine. I had some mixed thoughts, but for the most part, I liked it. I never saw Total Drama, but I know what it is. If you show me a clip, I recognize it. What were some of the other ones?
Total Drama, Moral Oral, Young Justice.
Young Justice, I've seen a little bit, and what I saw, I really liked. I do want to watch the whole show. And then Moral Oral, I started because so many people said it was so great, and I saw it, and it wasn't bad. I just thought it was so one note. And I asked everybody who's seen it before, like, is it mainly just this one note? And they're like, yeah, it does evolve in other ways, but it is mainly this one note. And like that's the humor. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm good. I'm not saying it's bad. I think just that one note is going to get. It was grating on me even by the end of that first episode, so I was kind of done.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on Errol Flynn? Have you seen him in films outside of Robin Hood?
I know I have, but I'm not like a huge, Errol Flynn guy. Just because I wasn't really, you know, around when he was. No, not Neil Flynn. Errol Flynn. There he is. Um, Let's see. I've seen like clips of these movies, but I don't know if I've ever seen like a full one. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not. I've seen one of the films where he's a pilot, because I know he's done a couple. But yeah, and that's not all to say what he does isn't very interesting, and again, all the great action he does and everything. But yeah, it's just not something where I really saw that much. So yeah, I can say I saw Robin Hood and one of the ones where he's a pilot. Oh wait, I did see they died with their boots on. I remember that being pretty good. But again, it's been a really, really long time.
Nick Barrett, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your take on the idea of death of the author?
Like, is that a story or just the idea of like the
It's
death of
like
an author?
a concept. It's a concept that like basically we as readers sometimes can interpret a book differently. It's like separating the text and the creator. Like we might interpret it differently than they intended it to, and like if enough people start interpreting it a different way, that just becomes the interpretation even if the author did not mean it to be that way.
Gotcha. That's one of the things I love about not just film and writing fiction, but also art is that you can whether it be painting or drawing, whatever, is that you can have a completely different intention and somebody can see something very different if the author, painter, whatever, does have a different take on it and they want that out there. I think it's good to be out there, but in terms of, is that what you necessarily have to take out of it? Not necessarily. I think if you're saying the author, the artist, whatever, definitely wanted to get this across and they said they didn't, well, then you got to own up to that. I was just talking when we were doing the Quentin Tarantino list. I was saying that I didn't think Quentin Tarantino disliked Bruce Lee. I thought that was sort of like, playing on the cockiness of him and stuff, but it's all fiction. It was to make the bodyguard or the stunt double look more, strong. And that was part of the joke. And Walter's like, well, here's some stuff he said. I was completely wrong on that. But with that said, I like that I can still interpret it that way because the film is still that good. Like that's what I took out of it. But it is very important to know that he was saying this stuff. That is probably what he was going for. Am I a fan of that? No, but I do like that it can also be interpreted sort of the way I was talking about before, which was just to make the stunt double look much more, power. He could take Bruce Lee and just throw him to the side, kind of thing. Like that's how good he is, and also how humble he is in a strange way because he's still not the star. And Bruce Lee could be cocky, but everything Quentin Tarantino is saying he wanted to do with that, I do not agree with. So yes, that's a very long-winded way of saying I like the different interpretations. If the author artist does have a particular take on something and they have put it out there, they've written it down or said in an interview, it is good to know, but that doesn't necessarily dictate what you're going to get out of it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Speed, what do you think of Keanu Reeves and Dennis Hopper's performances? I think their characters make for a great hero and villain. Jack is super likable, and Payne is so easy to hate.
Yeah, Reeves is okay. Whenever I make fun of Keanu Reeves movies at that time, that's one where I was like, yeah, he was all right. I'm still not gonna say it was great or anything, but like it worked. I liked him. I wanted to see him win at the end. Of course, Dennis Hopper is just chewing scenery like mad. I mean, he's just the stereotypical over the top mad bomber archetype, and he plays it great. So, yeah, no, I thought they did a good job for what the movie required.
Talking movie bubbles, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you know that the amazing digital circus is inspired by I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? Anyway, happy Pride Month.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't put that together, but when I did read that, I'm like, oh no, that makes sense. That totally checks out. And back to you.
Dibbles is gold, thank you for the 500 bits. No question, just love the content.
Thank you so much. I love that you love it.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. In The Legend of Korra, were you hoping for Korra to get together with Bolin or Mako?
And neither really interested me. It's funny because the person that she does end up getting together with, I was like, oh yeah, that would be the most interesting, but they don't really do it till literally the last frame. So not the last frame, maybe the last minute. But at the same time, I guess how do I put because I knew how things were back then, I was like, well, I don't think this is going to happen. This is just me reading into it because I'm a dude and I'm seeing that and oh, wouldn't that be cool? And, like, I think when Rob was talking about it, I was just like, oh, you're just doing the thing we all do. But that's not what's going on. It's like, oh, it is what was going on. Okay. It would have been nice to actually see that explored. I'm sure they have like comics now or whatever where they explore that. But they really did have the best chemistry out of all the romantic setups in that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Korra, what are your overall thoughts on her as a character?
Inconsistent, but when it works, it does really work. I would say parts of the beginning of the character were pretty good. It's a good foundation. And then around season 3 is when she starts to get a little bit more interesting. Like I said, my big thing is that they did kind of crap on the character and have her regress a few too many times, and that did become distracting. But there was never a point where I was like, I don't want to watch this character. I don't want to see, where her journey goes. It was always interesting enough. So, and honestly, probably the reason I even think that is because I compare so much of that show to the original Avatar: Last Airbender. Which is just so masterfully done. So it is one of those things where, yeah, I'm gonna grade on a little bit of a higher grade there. But even with that said, still good. Like I said, I still want to know where her journey was gonna go. And again, like the millions of other things in that show, like the side characters and the environment and everything were just so engaging. And I love how it goes both to the future and the past as well. And both of them were just equally fascinating.
TJ O'Donnell, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hi, Doug and
Thank you.
Heather. Two questions. What is the scariest movie either of you have ever seen? Also, looking forward to Remain, M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, co written with Nicholas Sparks, and is a supernatural romance.
Should be interesting. Scariest one. I remember the original Haunting really changed the way I looked at like what you can do with horror because there's really a lot in that movie where not a lot is happening, but they just shoot it in a way and have this atmosphere that just was really kind of getting under my skin. And I was pretty young when I saw it too, and I was just like, wow, okay, I didn't know like
Timing!
you can do this with a scary movie, okay? Because this is like what I have dreams about and just kind of mood and atmosphere. And I just remember like being legit like freaked out by that movie. I don't know if I say it's the scariest one I had ever seen. I'd have to really think about like what scared me, like really, really scared me. But that's certainly the first one where I can recall, oh, like a scary movie can be this scary, like it can do it. Because I just always remember seeing so many films when I was younger and be like, that's not scary, that's not scary. Like, why do they say these are scary movies? And it's like I said, I would discover more, like The Exorcist and a few other ones like that. So yeah.
Dibbles is gold, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you remember the show Early Edition?
Yeah, I I don't remember the show being bad. I remember liking the concept more than the delivery, though, pun intended. But yeah, I feel like they always had these really good concepts, and then when they actually did an episode, like it was good, it was fine. But I feel like, oh man, this could be really, really good. Maybe it got really, really good. I just didn't keep up with it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the original Dawn of the Dead, what's your favorite scene?
Is that no? See, I always keep thinking there's a death scene in there where this guy gets ripped apart and there's this thing like they do with his vocal cords with the audio that was so eerie. But I think that's the next one. I don't think that's in Dawn of the Dead. Uh, Let me see. I kind of like when they're in the mall and I forget if the zombies aren't around yet or if they're somewhere else and they're just kind of enjoying the mall on their own. I always like those situations where here's a big place meant for a lot of people and it's only you and a few other people. You just kind of do whatever you want. I love moments like that.
Dr. Ruman, sorry, thank you for the $10. Oh, I just realized I read that wrong. D. Ruman, thank you for the $10 super chat. What was a recent movie that demanded a rewatch from you? I watched There Will Be Blood for the first time last week, and it was a rare movie that I went in for a rewatch just a couple of days later.
Uh, Let me see. I kind of want to see Backrooms again because there's two things. I found out my wife had a different take on the ending that I didn't consider. Without going to spoilers, there's somebody shown at the very end, the last shot, and I always thought, well, that's not the character. That's like a version of the character. She thought it was the character. And I'm like, maybe I didn't think about that. So I want to go in with that mindset. And I also want to see if knowing the direction it goes, if it still works with the one of the main characters kind of having that turn as quickly as he did. 'Cause I still thought that was a little fast, but maybe I'll watch it again and be like, oh no, I do get the descent here. It is all there. Just maybe I was expecting it to go a different direction or something. I don't know because that twist was still a turn, I should say, was a little fast, but a lot of other people weren't bothered by it. So I do want to see it again with that in mind.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, in the newest season of Invincible, what do you think of everything having to do with Eve? It wasn't my favorite plot point that was happening in the newest season. I understand why they added it in there and why it unfolded the way that it did, but I don't know. I figured it out first of all pretty fast. But then also I don't know. It just added a weird element to me where I was like, I don't know if we needed to have this in here. Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Persepolis? R.I.P. Marjane Satrapi.
Yeah, I still don't really know what she passed away from. The most we got is that she died of sadness after her husband died. That's all which was a year ago. And I'm just like, but what is the cause of death? I don't know. I guess it's not my business. I shouldn't pry. I didn't really know outside of Persepolis. I didn't know much about her, but that was such a surprise when I saw that. When I saw the age of her, I really liked it. I read so I read the graphic novel. But just the first part, I thought that was it. So if you know where the first part ends, I was like, "Boy, that's a dark ending." And then there's all these other
when
parts.
you said that.
Yeah, so when I'm watching the movie, I get to that part. I'm like, oh, were there more books?
There sure were.
um, and of course, I went back and read them after I saw the movie and loved them, and I love the movie as well. So yeah, I was bummed out when I saw that. I'm not gonna act like I was really involved in her life and what she was up to and everything, but I did really enjoy Persepolis quite a bit. The style of not just the graphic novel, but also the movie, which I know she had a big hand in making. I think she was one of the directors, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that I really like that film. I was bummed out when I heard that news.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Do you own Avatar on Blu ray or do you use Paramount Plus to watch it?
Oh, I got a Blu-ray. Anything I really, really like, I try to have a physical copy of.
Teo Rojlik, thank you for the €5 super chat. Doug, have you seen these shows? The Crocodile Hunter, the children game show Hugo, and Sons of Anarchy. Also, possible NC review of the original Bambi.
I don't know if I have a ton to say about the original Bambi. I got it across in the Disney December. Crocodile Hunter, of course, I've seen Crocodile Hunter. What's the other ones?
A game show called Hugo, a children's game show.
Yeah, I never heard of that one. But there you go.
Ethan, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'd love to hear you review The Devil Wears Prada as NC. I know it doesn't exactly have a nostalgic tie-in, but it'd still be pretty funny.
I don't know. It's probably nostalgic now. I never have seen it. There is kind of a pride of like, hey, I got away without seeing it. But at the same time, I should probably see it just to form an opinion. I mean, the biggest factor is just that my wife didn't get into it that much. And just when I brought it up, thinking, because the second one was coming out, I was just like, how is the first Devil Wears Prada? Thinking, like a lot of women say, oh my God, you haven't seen what got put out right now. She's like, I don't know. You probably skip it. Which she's like the only woman I ever heard who said that. I was like, yay. But I should probably check it out. My guess is it's going to be fine. It's just not going to be my thing. But I should probably check it out to know for sure.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Tarzan, what do you think of his relationship with Kerchak?
Uh, it's good. Again, it's not hard to figure out, but I think what makes it a little bit more interesting than maybe other relationships like that is that, he did have a son, that he doesn't anymore. And, most of the time the kid's either adopted or the kid's born weird. And Fire's like, meh, meh. I like that there was a son. He doesn't have the son anymore. And he sees a replacement as being exactly that, a replacement. Nothing can replace my son, everything. That added an interesting dichotomy to it. Everything else goes the direction you think it would go, but it's good. It's fine. It's handled, well enough.
Alexander L. Wood, thank you for the $10 super chat. Much like Joffrey, Fred McMurray's performance in The Apartment made several people despise him in real life. Apparently, one woman even hit him with her purse on the street.
That's hilarious. He played that part so well. And that is one of those where, because I grew up with him with like the absent my professor and everything, so I saw him in that role. I'm like, good lord. Yeah. Oh, he played it so great.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits and the ending of Amazing Digital Circus. What did you think of what was done with Kane?
I mean, I liked it. I like they showed the process of him getting to that point. Um, I like even sort of without going to spoilers, what they do with the shapes and the stairs. I like kind of trying to figure out, well, what was those? Why were those shapes? Why did that work? Why was that breaking through a few barriers? It'd be something where you're talking about watching something again. I wouldn't mind going back watching that again to see if there is a little bit more relevance to that.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. What other Nickelodeon shows do you still need to check off on your list?
Oh my god! I got up to like Ren and Stimpy. I saw a little bit of Hey Arnold, and probably Hey Arnold is the big one because a lot of people say that like defined a lot like their childhood and everything. So that's probably what I should see. Because I remember growing up with the comic strip that had almost nothing to do with the cartoon show. So yeah, it's one of those things that a lot of people didn't even know it was a comic strip. So I'm always like, yeah, that. But again, it's one of those things where I kind of like that's my exposure to it. Is this little obscure thing a lot of people don't know about? But yeah, that's probably the one.
Doug Da, thank you for the $2 super chat. And Doug Da, thank you for another $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you. Bottom Barrel Budget, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you have a bucket list? Do you have bucket list plans to make a legit film? No disrespect to the trilogy, even if you've joked about it. I would love to see you with a budget.
Every single time I've written one, it gets made by somebody else, and that somebody else has the same idea a little earlier than me and makes it, and probably makes it better than I could have. So there's one or two ideas I have that I'm like, I guess I could do that, but it does feel like somebody else would kind of do it. So, um, I don't know. I might write them down and like maybe one day like put in a script form and see if somebody else wants to direct it just to give it like a different feel or something. I don't know. I've had some ideas, but definitely not any that has pushed me to make it because it does take a lot to make a film. And on top of that, again, with the chronic fatigue, it is so inconsistent. If it just hits during a day where it's like, I can't talk, I can't get up, and just the whole shoot day is gone, like that's a really, really big problem.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, in the new season of Invincible, what do you think of the scene where Nolan reunites with his tailor, Art? I really enjoy it because I think it really helps to highlight and emphasize how, like, self-serving and self-indulgent Nolan's, like, apology tour is to these people that, like, he betrayed and like ruined their lives. And like I think especially the first time he visits him, or did he only visit him once? I don't know. I think it just really helps reflect that and show that Nolan is really doing this for himself and not for any actual closure for the people that he wants to visit and talk to. Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 500 bits. Quick disclaimer, yes, this is a joke. I just had the most amazing idea. Since there's a new Supergirl movie coming out soon, you could do an NC on the Supergirl movie from 1984. I'm certain you haven't talked about it yet. I could go to YouTube to check, but that sounds like a lot of work, so I'm just gonna assume I'm right. Review the movie, Doug.
I'm on it.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Double Indemnity or Witness for the Prosecution? Goodness gracious.
Witness for the Prosecution sounds familiar. Hold on. For the prosecution. Nope. I have not. But boy, I think something famous happened in that movie because I'm like, boy, this kind of looks familiar. I don't know. I'll look it up. I definitely haven't seen the other one.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Heather, who's your favorite character in Avatar The Last Airbender? Zuko. I love his whole arc. I think it's
Me too.
amazing. So I'd probably go with Zuko for sure there. Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever watched the TV show Orphan Black? It's my favorite show of all time. I highly recommend it. The acting and writing are incredible.
I heard of it. Hold on, let me look at it. Huh. For some reason, I thought it was an anime. It's definitely not. No, I guess I haven't. I know I've heard it recommended before, but yeah, I didn't even know. Like I said, I thought it was an anime, so I'll try to check it out.
Keyblade Master Andy, thank you for the $2 super chat. Toy Story Retro Collection for Disney December 2027.
Maybe I talked about maybe doing like again, it depends how many games we get through. If we get through like I don't know, Indiana Jones and or Wolverine, they'll be like, oh, maybe I won't need it, but if I need something fast, maybe I'll do like the Toy Story on Super Nintendo or something like that.
Bottom Barrel, thank you for the $2 super chat. Found NC in middle school. I'm 33 now. We're old, Doug.
Crazy to think, right? Thank you for watching for so long, though.
Teo Rojlik, thank you for the €5 super chat. A while ago, comedian Bill Maher, said comic books and comic book movies are childish. What do you think about that?
It's very Bill Maher. I'll say right now, I'm someone who I like listening to his podcast actually quite a bit because even though actually a lot of his politics I do agree with, I'm just not a political talking heads guy. But I like that because the podcast because they usually talk about anything but politics sometimes, and I like that a little bit more. And he is still very snooty, arrogant, and stuff like that. But he can be kind of interesting too, and the people he talks to are very interesting. So I'm saying that out of quote unquote love, but I see the faults like kind of everybody does.
Doug, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hey Walker, big fan. Check out my stuff hit icon.
There, I hit it. I don't know.
Doug, thank you for the $2 super chat. How do you feel about Wile E. Coyote movie?
Assuming you're talking about Acme versus Coyote, I think it looks cool. The more and more I see it, kind of the better it looks. I'm a little hesitant about some of the 3D trying to look like 2D animation, but everything else looks like a lot of fun.
All right, we have like a minute, so I might be able to get like one or two chat questions in here. Ramirez says, outside of Spider-Verse, what's your favorite movie from Sony Pictures Animation?
Oh man, I'd have to look at a list. I remember liking the first two Hotel Transylvania movies quite a bit. Or did they do the Leica movie? If they did the Leica movie, I'll say that.
July Media says, what Stephen King movie do you want to do an NC on for Nostalgia Ween 2026? Silver Bullet or The Dark Tower?
Probably Silver Bullet, though Dark Tower probably have more material.
Okay. And that's it. We got two regular
All right.
chat questions done here. All right.
Sorry.
I was like, I bet I could at least get one or two in here. But thank you all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. There I'm like 98% sure there's no stream with Malcolm tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's out of town for a convention. But come back on Friday because we do have a Friday stream. So Doug's going to continue playing Mouse PI for Hire on Friday. So come on back on Friday, okay? And I'll be back on Monday on Twitch playing more of the James Bond game if you're interested in 007 First Light. So come hang out with us another time. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we will see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.